Hello. Look at this gorgeous weather in Alberta. First day of spring, but I love weather like this. It's just there's magic in every type of weather, every temperature, whether it's super super cold and you can stay snuggled in your house and just know that you're nice and warm, or by the fireplace. Just that has its own magic. This with the snow falling and the temperature being beautiful, this is, how can you not enjoy this? I was going to drive out to where I go hiking, and the roads were too bad, so I just went to this little park by my place, and just absolutely love it. And just really thinking about all the different, look what somebody put in the tree. Very nice. You find all these little treasures on your walks. My brother and I went through here one time and we found these little rocks that people had painted and left in different areas. It was so gorgeous. But as I was saying, there's different temperatures, different seasons, and each one has its magic. And it makes me think about what's going on in our world right now, actually. When I was young, my mom passed away, I decided, well, if there is this misery inside of me, this sadness, and she's gone, I have no right to be happy ever again. And this has played out in so many areas of my life. It's played out with my family. I've allowed it to play out as well, but I've just really always, if somebody in my family was struggling, then I have no right to be happy. I have no right to my greatness. I have no right to, abundance and love and, all those things. Or if my friend, if a friend of mine, her husband passes away, then I have no right to be happy in my relationship. Or I'm sure maybe other people felt that around me too. Oh God, she's lost her mother, so I can't be happy and tell her how much fun I had with my mom today. And we feel like that. I have neighbors that are, they're hairdressers next door, and they're all Ukrainian, and I think, I don't have a right to laugh and be happy when they're in pain, wondering how their family is back home. This is definitely an area that has played out in my life in many, many ways, where we diminish ourselves, we make ourselves smaller so that the people around us feel good. They feel better. But then we feel worse. And how is that okay? We should be feeling, it should be the opposite. We feel happy, we feel excited, we feel awake, we feel on top of the world, we feel all those things, and people look at us and go, you know what, I've just gone through a really crappy time in my life, really shitty time, and you know what, I'm looking at Tammy, fuck, I want to get back to feeling good, and use that as a barometer, use that as your pin in your map, your life map that tells you, hey, this is where I need to get to. I'm here right now. I honor where I am right now. I feel sad. I feel loss. I feel so many things, but that's my pin in my map. This is where I need to go. I need to get back to that happiness. And with everything that has been going on in the world, we had COVID for the last 2 years, and now we have, this war. There's been other wars that have gone on in Yemen and stuff. There's always other wars going on. And they all impact us because we're all human and we're all one. We're all human and we're all one. my friend John at work, he came in to visit. He's a customer of mine, and he said the same thing. He goes, I just don't get it. I don't get how we can mistreat people that are human. Doesn't matter the color of their skin. This guy's like in his probably 70s, and he gets it. We're human. And yeah, so I've really realized today that I've been diminishing myself. There's people in my life that maybe don't have, a partner, or don't have a job they actually really, really love. And I do love my job. I do love my job. It's I love the elements of my job of being able to help people and having the resources to help people, But I look at other people who have, tons of money. And I wish, I certainly don't make tons of money at retail. So I look at other people and I think, oh, God, I wish I had tons of money, God, I wish I had the drive to work out as much as my friend, or even have the time and the space to work out as much as my friend does. Or, whatever it is. There's always parts of our lives that, another person may have better than us. But we're allowed to enjoy what we have. We're allowed to enjoy our jobs. We're allowed to enjoy, our peace. I'm in a relationship. And I love it. I love being in a relationship. But there are times that I look at people that aren't in relationship and I think, oh God, they don't have to clean up after anybody but themselves. They don't, they've got some peace and quiet. They can watch whatever they want on TV, all this. But then when I talk to them, then they say, well, you know what? It helps me to cook for somebody. It helps me. I don't cook as much for myself if it's just for me. I want to cook for somebody. It makes it easier. It makes it more fun. And so all of us have different things, and of course what we don't have we always want. And yeah, but boy, life is beautiful. And this COVID definitely came through this whole last 2 years. And while we all have our own ideas of it, I feel a certain way, you guys feel a certain way, we all feel a little bit different about it. It's still, it still happened, and it still was hard, and it still ate up a lot of our energy. I know at work, my days working managing a health store consisted of talking about COVID and talking about politics and talking about Trudeau, talking about all the things, and everybody has a different point of view on it. And in my point of view, from a health perspective, has been to take care of your health. Take care of your health and take your vitamin D, take your minerals, make sure your body is okay. One of the things that's really hard for me to watch is people that, take a lot of medications but the problem is the underlying problem is still there. That medication deals with symptom relief. We want to deal with the problem. We want to figure out, what's going on in your body. Why is your blood pressure high? Are your kidneys underactive? Are you lacking electrolytes for your kidneys to function properly? Therefore, your blood pressure goes up. Is that why you're retaining water? Because you're low on potassium, you're low on magnesium, you're low on your minerals, you're high in sodium, that you need your other minerals to counterbalance it. Like, there's so many reasons, and so many of us from the dawn of time have just taken medications, and it's like, okay, my blood pressure's down, good, I'm good to go, and then eventually the medication doesn't quite work anymore because that problem is still there and it still hasn't been addressed. And it still hasn't been addressed. So you go to your doctor puts you on more medications and maybe a water pill because you're retaining water. So now you're flushing out more electrolytes. And that's kind of how our world works. It's always a Band-Aid. It's always something that's just gonna look like it fixed the problem, helps with the symptoms. And it doesn't treat your body as a whole, in a whole way, in a holistic way. Do you have your minerals? Is your parasympathetic nervous system working properly? Do you, and yes, sometimes you have to go to the doctor and your blood pressure is so high, you got to get it taken down, but then go and figure out what else you can do. Don't just rely on the one modality, So I feel like that's kind of how this world works. It's like, okay, well, the only solution to this is this vaccine. Well, no, it's not. It's treating your body as a whole, treating your body as a whole. I had a customer come in and he's having lots of problems with his lungs, He has pulmonary hypertension. Well, yeah. I said, when did it start? He said it got really bad a year ago. I said, okay. And then before that? He said, probably a year before that. I said, okay. And I just knew this. So when did your dad start getting sick? It's like 2 years ago. Okay. And when did he pass away? A year ago. So you can see that's when he started having problems with his lungs. And then it got worse as time went on. Time goes on, right? And then when he died, it was during COVID and he couldn't spend time with him. He couldn't see him very much before he died. So there's guilt and there's sadness and there's rage and there's all these things. And so really, truthfully, I told him, I said, here, I gave him some coenzyme Q10, I gave him some minerals, and then I also told him you might need a counselor and you might need to, go scream your head off. You might need to just scream and cry and just get it out. Like, get it out. Just scream and cry and get it out because lungs are unexpressed sadness in your body. And he had a lot. So we repress these things and it sticks in our body and it makes us not well. And it's not just about taking a pill and feeling better. Sometimes it's releasing the emotions. Sometimes it's screaming at the top of your lungs, letting out all the emotions, the release go, And there's so many parts to it, and doctors are amazing, and medical science is phenomenal. My friend went in, she had a heart attack, and she went on in the ambulance, and I got myself a coffee and I got some food because I knew I'm going to be at the hospital for a while, right? So I drove to the hospital and I get in there and I'm waiting until her room shows up on their system. And then like, okay, I'll bring you in, and we get into her room and she's like, hi, and they had already, put the stent in and everything was like her whole body was balancing out. And she was like, not in pain anymore. Went from her scratching the shit out of her neck to me showing up at the hospital. Hi, it was unbelievable. You know, unbelievable what medical science can do, you know. But they're not the answer for everything. And they're not. There are so many other parts. There's so many other parts to it. So we need to honor those parts too. And so today I'm just kind of rambling. I just feel like every season plays a part. You know, winter we hibernate, spring we start coming up like the little tulips. You know, summer we come out, we play, and we enjoy ourselves, and we enjoy the sun, and we worship it, and we worship the moon. We go through those cycles. You know, we just really enjoy every phase of our life, and even though right now this phase looks really tough, like really hard, and people are dying, and it's horrendous. It's hard and it's horrendous, and it's so so heartbreaking. At the same time, we're all little tulips. And those of us, I guess, that are meant to maybe stay here and make a difference on this earth will pop up in the spring here and enjoy our summer, and not to the point of ignoring everything going on in the world. Of course not. You know, doing what we can to love our neighbors and love ourselves and spread joy. You know, for too long we're in fear. We don't feel we have the right to be happy. We don't feel we have the right to shine. We don't feel we deserve, you know, because we're not doing enough, being enough. But we are. we are enough, and we just need to keep being ourselves. I love my friends and family. We all are going through a hard period. You know, I've heard a lot of people coming up like, God, this last 2 years was so hard on me, and I had this going on and that going on and this going on and that going on. And it's like, but every person has had that going on and this going on and that going on and this going on. You know, every single one of us. So we're in a similar boat. We're all in this together. And I don't know. All I can say is be happy, stay happy, and love like your life depended on it. Have a great day. Love you all.